Hi everyone. So today, I wanted to briefly go over some of the stuff that I picked up in the last week. So, without further ado, let's get into it. It's not too much. So first up, we got "In Through the Outdoor" by Led Zeppelin. Now, this is the last record that their drummer John Bonham recorded before his death, and I only paid $7 for this at Vintage Vinyl. That's here in New Jersey. Okay, so now the cool thing about this record, when it came out, it came in like a bag. You couldn't see which album cover you had because I think there were four of them, where there was a different picture based on the perspective of one of these bar patrons. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's see the inside. This record is really clean, which is cool. Here's the track listing, if you're interested. "Fool in the Rain," "South Bend Suarez," "Hot Dog." Those are kind of like my favorite songs on here. "In the Evening's" really good too. Alright, so here is the record. Very clean. Plays very nicely. Sounds great. So I got a really good deal on this. $7 for this is kind of a steal. So I don't know if it's an original pressing or anything like that. Don't know too much about Led Zeppelin records. So if anyone knows and can tell me, that would be awesome. Alright, so you can kind of see what the next one is. So let's get into that. This here is Oasis's debut album. Definitely Maybe. This is one of my all-time favorite records right here. Here's the back. This is the 25th anniversary release, and it's on colored vinyl, and I'll show you that color in a moment. But there is the track listing. Now, for anyone who knows anything about this album, the original release has 11 tracks. This one has 12 because they stuck a sad song on it. Originally, this is the only Oasis album, that didn't have a Noel Gallagher sung song on it. But they went and stuck sad song on there. So I don't know how I feel about that, because now it's not like original, but whatever. So here is the inside. We got Liam and Noel in focus, and the other guys out of focus, which is kind of appropriate. And here's the other side. Apparently, according to these liner notes, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but this record here, which is a demo of Columbia, was the first Oasis song ever pressed on vinyl. So I guess they felt it was appropriate to put that in this release. Alright, so I'm going to show you the records. There are two records, by the way, for a 12 song album. There's two records, so the songs take up a lot of space. Kind of the opposite of one of the records I'm going to show you later. So they're silver, which is really cool. Is this silver? It might be more gray. I don't know. I think it's more gray. So there's the front and the back, and you can see right here there's some marbling, which always looks cool. Excuse me. Yeah, pretty cool. Noel Gallagher wrote every song on this album. Very talented. Very, very talented. Okay. So there's definitely Maybe 25th anniversary edition. And the last record I'm showing you today is "It's a Great Pumpkin," Charlie Brown. This is the soundtrack to the TV special, the Halloween Peanuts TV special. And as you can see from the sticker, it's on Yellow Moon vinyl. So there's the back, them with their costumes. 17 tracks on this. And let me show you something that's interesting about this record. So here is the inside. Well, the sleeve, I should say. More great artwork. And here are the liner notes. Pretty cool. And here's the record And it's the opposite of what I just showed you. This actually has 17 tracks on one side, which is kind of bananas. Doesn't sound very good, but still pretty cool to have. And another cool thing about this record is that the other side is blank, and it actually has, it's kind of hard to see. Maybe you can see it there. You can see from my track lighting. It says on the back, your, you know, Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown on the back there. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. I've never had a record that's had music only pressed on one side. So it's pretty cool to have this, despite the fact that it doesn't sound very good. Okay. So last but not least, this is the last thing last but not least, that kind of implied. This is the last thing I'm showing you. This here is another addition to my white album collection. Now, funny thing is that it's not white, but this is the Beatles, the self-titled album, the Beatles, on 8-track cassette. So, part 1 and part 2. So you can see here. Now, given the nature of how 8-track works, the track listing is kind of all over the place. It's, some of it's correct, some of it's completely different. So if you're used to the white album, as many of us are, this may be a bit jarring to listen to. Not that I really have any way to listen to it, because I don't have an 8-track player, but you know, I just wanted this to collect it. Here, let me show you the track listing. So everything looks pretty good until you get to Glass Onion, and there's Happiness, Bungalow Bill, Don't Pass Me By, which is supposed to be on the second record. Actually, no, it's on the second side, excuse me. Obla-Dee, Obla-Da, followed by Wild Honey Pie. Completely different. I Will looks like it closes it. Julia just stuck in the middle there. So you can see this is almost all over the place. Here's the tape, and the spine, and here, let me show you the track listing to the second one. Everything looks good on program 1, and then it just changes almost completely. Yeah, so there's the white album. Well, can't even call it the white album, just the Beatles, I guess, because this is not white. All I really want to get, like I said in a previous video, is I want to get the white album on white vinyl with the Apple logo as the label. I want that. And then I want the album on reel-to-reel tape. They're kind of pricey, but once I get that, then I think I'll stop buying white albums. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching.